quote, to Hawaii and quarantine arrivals at the islands there. For more on this, we're joined by Hawaii's Lieutenant Governor. He is Dr. Josh Green. He's in Honolulu. He's also an emergency room physician. Mr. Lieutenant Governor, thanks for joining us. And welcome.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course, states on the mainland are beginning to have mandatory orders to stay at home. New York, New Jersey, Illinois. What do you foresee? What do you want to see Hawaii take?
We're going to do that as well over time. Right now, our order today is going to be, in the next few hours, to shut down any travel to Hawaii unless you live here or you are essential healthcare personnel. We really need to shut it down because of our cases, of our 37 confirmed cases, so far 35 have been from travel from the mainland or other places. So we love having travelers here in Hawaii, but like the rest of the world, everyone is locking it down. We have to have people isolated in place because our healthcare system is vulnerable.
So this really is an extreme way to seal off your borders and stop flights coming in from the mainland and anywhere else in the globe.
Yes, as you know, Hawaii was one of the 11 spots where we were having funneling of planes or travel because we are geopolitically very important, of course, to our country and the Pacific region. We welcome all of our military. We're a strong part of America's defense, but that also made us vulnerable because we historically have had a ton of travelers from China, South Korea, Japan. We had to, of course, stop that, and we were very pleased the president shut down travel from China when he did. In addition to that, though, people love to come to Hawaii. We get 10 million visitors a year, and in this time, we saw people celebrating cheap tickets to Hawaii. That's not what we could have. Yeah, we have a limited healthcare. We have a limited healthcare capacity, so we have to be very careful.
Yeah, we saw what was happening in Florida during spring break. All those kids on the beaches. Have you taken any similar action about the beaches in your state?
Yes, we've begun to do that. We closed all the beach parks, state beach parks yesterday. The counties are following suit with the county beach parks. I think it's only a matter of hours to days where all of that is in lockdown. We had to pull our lifeguards. Only essential personnel are outside and about. So there's so many things that we're doing, much like the rest of the country, but Hawaii is somewhat unique. Unique because geopolitically we're very important with our military and how we deal with the Pacific, and also unique because pretty much everybody's dream visit is to Hawaii. It just can't happen during the COVID-19 crisis.
It's such a beautiful state. I mean, it really is a paradise in so many ways. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo today talking about the role of government, the importance of what you do, and you have two hats, Lieutenant Governor, and you're also a doctor. I'll get to that in a minute. Here is Governor Andrew Cuomo talking about the government's role.
Government professionals who know what they're doing can save lives. It totally changed the lens on government. Oh, I thought government was about celebrity and who can tweet the most and who had the most Twitter followers. No. Now government is about, do you actually know what you're doing?
This crisis really shows the necessity of protecting the public's health.
Yes, I called for the shutdown of cruise ships for 60 days, and I was glad that the leadership across the country followed suit with that. And obviously, we couldn't have people who were very sick on those cruise ships landing here in Hawaii and spreading it. We only have 2,000 beds, hospital beds total. We only have 340 ICU beds and 561 ventilators in our state. And so when I was on call last weekend, I was both screening and working on policy with our governor and our general. So we have to look at this through the health lens. We have to slow the spread, test every contact, and approximately what they did in South Korea, Japan, where they succeeded. We cannot let what happened to Italy happen to America. And that's why you're seeing stronger leadership all across the board to basically say, shut it down, slow the spread. If we spread out the rate of disease, we'll be able to accommodate people on ventilators that need it. Remember, seniors, we use the word kapuna here in Hawaii for the elderly. Seniors have a mortality rate as high as 8% if they're over 75, and as high as 14.4% if they're over 80. That is a very lethal disease for people who are seniors, who have chronic illness, who are vulnerable. People who are young, the travelers that you saw on the beaches, are pretty much safe, and that is why we can't have them out and about spreading the disease, and we'll ultimately get into our nursing homes.
They also say the young people obviously can be affected too, very slowly. Can you again just read out that number you just said? 500, how many ventilators? That seems like such a minute number for a state.
Yes, we have 561 ventilators. We can increase our capacity about 30% as we get rid of unnecessary surgeries and we move to using our surgical wards specifically for ICU support. But we remember our very small state, and it's unique. We only have 1.4 million people, yet we have 10 million travelers. So we have the approximate need to take care of 1.4 million plus another 10 million people at different times. But when we take care of our people, only have a right-fitted healthcare system, and that's with the 340 ICU beds and the 561 ventilators. So we are ultra vulnerable, and that's why our governor is going to take the very strong steps to close down any travel with the help of the White House from non-essential services and any non-residents. We will be here for you when the end of this coronavirus outbreak occurs. We will be the place to come as Hawaii, because I know people love coming here. But during this crisis, we would not be appropriate to invite people here and not be able to give them health care if they came in large numbers.
That's certainly, that's stark, absolutely. And those numbers tell the story for you and across the country, why it's so important.
Yes.
And we wish you and the people of your wonderful state the very best of luck. We will all get through this as a nation, and together, if we all do what we need to do. Number one, stay home and postpone that Hawaii vacation for another time. Not certainly not in the near future. Mr. Lieutenant Governor, Dr. Josh Green. Doctor, thank you for joining us.
It's an honor to be a part of it.
Of course. All right,
Well, Eric, thank you. This is